The hydraulic cycle moves water continuously both above and below the surface of the earth. Water is held in reservoirs in the environment, like oceans, rivers, lakes, but also in the air, in the ground, and in plants. Our lab uses environmental climate sensors to measure a myriad of Earth's water cycle variables: evaporation, precipitation, groundwater flow, runoff, and infiltration. Through water cycle research, we understand how water moves and can be in a better position to efficiently manage this vital resource. We match the natural supply with the human demand. The areas of water cycle research range from remote sensing to field observations, data acquisition, analysis, and computer modeling.
This is the drone we fly at Jefferson Farm and Gardens. It can take incredibly detailed pictures with a resolution of 10 centimeters. Unlike the drones you can buy at stores, this one requires a drone pilot license to operate. Our drone can take normal color images, but it can also take thermal images. While the drone's flying, it takes one continuous video, so then we take screenshots and then mosaic them together like this tiger. Here I have 3 thermal images, and then the mosaicked image, which is made up of hundreds of these smaller images. The drone images work well for our farm, but if we want to take an image of an entire city or country, we can use NASA's satellite images. Here I have a picture of Columbia City in a program called ENVI. Using this program, I can create land use maps, and then it's my job to figure out where are these cities, farms, or forests. Governments use these land use maps when they're deciding how to give out zoning permits for new construction.
Weather information is very useful to land managers for deciding when to plant crops, when to conduct irrigation schedules, and also when to harvest. We also can find examples of meteorology contributing to society. The station here on my right is relatively affordable for anyone to buy. $250 for a station where you can just read off the weather information outside your front door. This rain bucket here is an example of what we use at an actual meteorology site to collect the total amount of precipitation in this rain bucket.
Imagine a cup of coffee with water vapor or steam rising up out of the top of it. Likewise, when the sun rises in the morning, plants give off water vapor through a photosynthetic process called transpiration. This machine is called a scintillometer. It's made of 2 parts, a laser and a receiver. When it shoots that laser, any water vapor rising from the plants or evaporating from the ground will disrupt the laser, and the receiver measures that disruption. From that measurement, we can estimate evaporation and transpiration, or evapotranspiration. That way we can tell if our plants are growing and photosynthesizing.
Water researchers often use computer models to simulate the hydraulic cycle both above and below the Earth's surface. In this physical model, you see an aquifer where water moves from left to right. We have several examples of where contaminants can travel from one side of the model to the other, as shown by this green liquid. Computer models are very useful for protecting areas near high population centers. In Jefferson City, which is right on the Missouri River, you can see an example of flooding on the building behind the Capitol building, where the entire ground floor has been flooded.
This is a piezometer, which is a fancy type of barometer. Barometers measure air pressure, whereas this uses a similar process to measure the water level tables in the groundwater. We dig a deep, slender hole and stick this into the ground so that it fits snugly in. Then we wait and we let water seep in through the ceramic end until it reaches the level that the groundwater's at. It can do that because we have these tubes at the top that allow for the pressure in the atmosphere to be the same as the pressure in the tube. Once we have waited long enough, we can take these out and we can measure the depth of the water in this piezometer to give us the level of the groundwater in the surrounding areas. This is a soil moisture probe, or a soil sensor. We can stick this in the soil at different levels, and it will read the volumetric water content of the soil, which is the ratio of the volume of water to the volume of soil. If we stick this in at different levels, we can compare the volumetric water content at different levels or layers in the soil. Once we have finished putting all our probes in, we can fill in the hole that we dug to stick them in, and then stick this end of the probe into a data logger, which tracks the volumetric water content at any given time. And this will allow us to better predict and understand the soil storage in our hydrology model.